What's up, good people? I apologize for some technical difficulties with going live on YouTube. So I wanted to at least film this video real quick of me doing my makeup because we all are in the house. And I figure I'm going live on Instagram later. So I need to look a little like something, spruce it up just a little bit. So I'm gonna jump into my makeup. I'll tell you some products I'm using as I'm going along the way. And hopefully if you have some questions, you leave them below and I'll get back to you. But let's get into it. So I've already moisturized. I've already put on some primer. So as usual, I am starting with eyebrows. I've had to kind of change some things around. So you'll see me reaching for things, but we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done, and get it done. Let's make it happen. As usual, doing brows first. Just tracing the underline of my brow. Using a brow powder. I'm definitely going to try to keep this under 30 minutes. Hopefully you all are doing fine and family is doing fine as we're stuck in the lovely house or on curfews, wherever you are. Alright, so as you can see, you pretty much have a brow there. We're going to clean it up in a little bit. That's the good thing about makeup. You mess up, fix it and keep it moving. Take it off and keep it moving. Still getting used to doing these lovely videos, so hang with me long enough, we're gonna be in the money. You fix it and keep it moving, fix it and keep it moving. So what I used for my eyebrows, I used a brown Mary Kay pencil for the underline. And then I went in with Ruby Kisses brow powder, which I am almost out of. But, oh, and as you can see, I am using this part on the fuller side of my brow. And as you can see, it gets smaller at the bottom. So that way the thickness of your brow won't be too big. Alright, so that's pretty much done. Then we'll take our little spoolie. And that just helps blend it out, make it a little more natural. Alright, now I'm going to take some concealer and go under the brow. And of course, it may take you some time to get used to doing your face if you don't normally do it. With practice comes efficiency and time management and getting it done so you can get out the house. When we can actually get out the house. But honestly, people, now that we are stuck in the house, when it's time to actually go out and go to the grocery store, get some essentials, take the time to like spruce up a little bit. Don't get complacent and just sitting in the house. If you got somebody at the house with you, you know, spruce it up a little bit. You know, you might not want to keep those same sweats on, those same shorts on, those same pajamas on all day. You might want to spruce it up a little bit, and you know, when you look good, you feel good. So put a little effort in. Put a little effort in. As you can see, I'm lightly going around the brow. And then I fan it out a little bit. And because this finger isn't, you don't apply as much pressure, this is what I use to blend. And I'm not going all the way down. One, because this is, hey, quick, easy, put on the face really quick. The other reason is I'm not planning on putting any eye color on. This is like an everyday natural look. Go to work, conceal some things, and keep it moving. Okay. And right now I don't have the brush I need, so gotta improvise occasionally. So that's what we're gonna do. So I am gonna take this brush, get a little bit of translucent powder, and put it on where I put the concealer. I'm trying to get this light right for y'all. I'm trying to stay in the light and stay out the light at the same time. Okay, so by putting the translucent powder on, this helps with creasing. As you can see, the shine came down from under my brows. But for the most part, brows are done. If you want, you can put like a brow gel or something on there to hold it in place. Or you can leave it just as it is, but the brow gel kind of takes those stray hairs that are not wanting to stay where they are supposed to be and putting them in place, but also kind of giving your eyebrow a crisp look. But what I'm going to do next, as I said, this is a quick look. So I'm going to grab my foundation. Today I'm using Clinique, Even Better in Cream Caramel, and my Mary Kay brush. This is one of my favorite foundation brushes because it does a lot in a little time. If you feel like you need to do some concealer to cover some dark spots, go right ahead. But for me, this is a full coverage foundation, so I don't have to work too hard. And then once you're going around your brow, you just take your time so you don't mess up the brows that you created. And even if you do, you can go back and grab your brow powder and go into it. And it's kind of up to you and what works best for you. I personally like putting my brows on first because they frame the face, so it kind of gives me somewhere to go. Um, Also, depending on the eye look, if you're using something that has glitter um, or a eyeshadow that isn't very pigmented, or is, matter of fact, if it is very pigmented, you may want to do the eyes first. That way, if it falls, you're not taking off all the foundation that you put on first, because you're trying to clean up everything that dropped on your actual face. So make sure, if that's what you're going to do, that you remember the process and what you may have to deal with. Right. Make sure you get under your chin and blend as much as possible so you can make sure that you don't have that line to show where your makeup starts and stops. Always make sure you're in good lighting. I was initially going to do this video in front of my window. However, the sun started going down, so pull out the makeup light. Make sure you have good light, because you don't want to get outside and see, hey, that's not blended very well. Alright, so what I'm going to do, since I have a little bit of concealer left, we don't want to waste makeup. Add a little bit under the eye. And as you can see with my light, it's pretty much picking up the highlighted areas of my face naturally. In some cases, sometimes it's just acting funky. So I'm not doing a lot. I just want to have a little bit of a highlight under there. And when you do highlight, it should be about 2 to 3 shades lighter than your actual face. And the only reason I'm doing a whole lot of work with the fingers is because I didn't want to have to go grab another brush, since this was kind of impromptu, since it didn't come out planned the way I had planned. Alright, so I am going to grab one thing. I'm going to grab one thing because I feel like I need to add a little extra highlight. So I'm going to grab that and I'll be right back. Alright, so what I went to grab was my banana powder, and that's going to go on those areas that I just added the concealer to. Now, in some cases, you may need to bake. I don't do too much baking unless I have the time to. But if you're doing this pretty quick just to get out the house, probably don't have much time to bake. Alright, so that banana powder is just giving me a little bit of highlight on my forehead, down the nose, Cupid's bow. Okay. Alright. So, what I'm going to go in and do now, same translucent powder that I added to under my brow, I'm going to add around my face as a setting powder. This is also good if you are one that is shiny a lot. This helps take away that shine. And with everything that I'm using, I'm definitely not using a lot. You don't need a lot. Just make it do what it do with what you got. Alright, so we're going to do eyeliner right on the waterline. So you can see the difference between that. Okay. Alright. And usually if I'm doing quick looks out of the door, I don't do a top eyeliner. I just do mascara. And so we're going to add some mascara to the top and bottom lash, some lips, some blush, and we should be about done. So we're at about 17 minutes, give or take. So we're going to throw this mascara on. I like to go here first because most of the product is going to be on the ends because it's been sitting in the product. And let that brush separate those hairs. Alright, and if you want, you can let it dry a little bit and come back and add some more to build onto that. But while that is, I'm going to add a bottom brow mascara. When I was working at Clinique, I was like, who needs a bottom brow, or not a bottom brow, bottom lash mascara? But it helps you to, one, not poke yourself in the eye, and two, since those hairs are so small down there, it helps get them without making too big of a mess on your face. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back in with that mascara on the top. Glad my nose is clean because I'm giving y'all all the business of the nose. Alright. So I am going to go in with my blush because you always want to bring some color back to your face. And it kind of helps with showing that defining line of your jaw too. So in case you're not doing highlighting and contouring and all that, it helps give some definition to your face. And if you didn't notice, I like to start in the middle and work my way, because you don't just want a big blot of color. And if you want, depending on the blush you're using, you can add a little bit of that to the bridge of your nose to give you a little highlight there. Completely up to you. Just depends on what you're using. We don't want big red blots all over your face. Alright. I was going to try something a little different with the lips. So I'm using this L'Oreal Paris, and I honestly don't remember what color it is, but we're going to roll with it. And as you probably heard before, you don't necessarily have to just stay on the line of your lip. Come down a little bit so that color stays. This is kind of like an orangish reddish color. And then what I'm going to add to that is a creamy nude by Clinique. So with the creamy nude and that orangish reddish color, it kind of gives you like a pink. Okay, so if you want to do more, like this is strictly to be able to get out of the house, have a face on, go to work. We can definitely add in some more eye color, maybe a little more of a natural color. Let me see. I don't think I have anything readily available to show you how that would look. Actually, yes. Let's see. For the sake of time, and because I didn't plan on doing any eye color, I'm going to do a Clinique. Add a Clinique eye color. So, trusty finger. Just give it a little copperness to it. And remember, if you are doing this, this is your personal makeup, not anyone else's, because you don't want to transfer germs onto somebody else's stuff, especially during the corona. What you think all these makeup places needed to close for? Because all these lovely samples that we like to try on, always sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. So I have that color. I'm going to add a little bit of a darker color on the outside. And yes, if you're new to makeup, you will make some crazy faces while you're putting on your makeup. Okay, so that's that eye. So that's it without it. There goes that lovely light not liking me right now. Alright. Alright. So it's just to add a little bit of something to it. And what I do notice, like I said, you can always clean stuff up. Clean it up, clean it up. So take whatever's left over on this brush. Take a different finger. You don't want to put any brown back on your face since you're touching it up. But this is simply why I do my eyes first before I put on any foundation. Because if I do need to touch up, you never know when a slip up or a mess up is going to happen. So I like to cover myself just in case. Alright, that camouflage, that little bit of brown that wanted to be where it shouldn't have been. And since I have a little bit more left, we'll go here. Alright. Using the little bit that we have left on that brush, not going in to add any more. If you want to add a gloss, you can definitely add a gloss, completely up to you. But for the most part, this is going to be this look for the moment. I have to go curl my hair. I'm not doing a whole lot, I promise. Quick little flat iron here and there. But for the most part, this is the look. And it's been about 28 minutes so far. So I thank you for taking the time to watch the video. If you have questions, let me know. If you want to catch me later as I do poetry, I'm going to be doing poetry a lot more, possibly some on some videos as well. So I'm not going to edit this. You're getting it straight how I did it, sitting in front of this light in a non-usual place, but with lights. So stay safe. I'm about to wash my hands. Remember to wash your hands. Try hard not to touch your face. We never really notice how much we touch our faces and touch surfaces of things. So be very mindful because it seems like that's the way this thing is spreading. Somebody coughs, it lands on something, we go touch it, boom. So be safe, take care of your family, don't be hard-headed, stay in the house if need be. You got a lot of great artists, musicians, poets, some of everybody. There's some culinary people doing videos. Take this time out, relax. Sometimes you got to stop and just... So take this time that you, if you are able to be at home, to enjoy life, enjoy your family. We always talk about how much we don't have time. Take this time out. Enjoy it. Learn some things, read some things, clean up the house. Get in touch with some people that you say you never have time to get in touch with. Take this time. Time is one thing that we don't have enough of. Enjoy it. But thank you so much for watching. I had to go touch up the hair. I can't touch up these grays that are coming through, but it is what it is. So I will see you all in the next video. I'll try to get this live working again. I apologize for not making that happen, but you got to roll with the punches. So I'm going to go get myself together a little bit more, and I will see you later. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Relax. Beauty awakens the soul to act. So put some makeup on. You know, when you look good, you feel good. Talk to you guys later.